Hi loves, welcome back to our channel. This is Jerry, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing my collection of cute pink Nintendo Switch controllers. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first controller that I want to share with you today is this mini Gyro wireless controller, and this controller is by Cyber Gadget. It comes in a ton of beautiful colors. I'll try to put it somewhere on the screen for you, but I chose the pink body with white button and white back variant. I'm very happy with this color choice. I think it's so beautiful. There's also a white one with pink buttons, and that one's also super pretty. So I purchased mine on a website called Japan You Want. This item is imported from Japan, so you'll have to get it from a Japanese website. I believe it's available on Play Asia for $58 and on Japan You Want for $33. Both websites are Japanese websites, and they will have different pricing for their packages depending on what country you're in, so I encourage you to check both websites, and depending on your country, one might be cheaper than the other. As far as pros to this controller, I would say one pro is that it's small. This is actually the smallest controller that I own. It's smaller than any of these, and I think that's a pro if you are a child or if you are someone with small hands. I have small hands, but I know a lot of people with even smaller hands than me, so I feel like this would be very comfortable for them to play as opposed to a big controller like the Switch Pro. So that's a pro for those of us with small hands. Another pro is the gyro functionality of this controller. This controller actually supports gyro function, meaning that you can use the controller to for moving the camera or for certain movements in games like Splatoon 2 or Smash Bros. Some cons to it though, I will have to bring back again the size. So if you do have smaller hands, it's a pro, but if you're someone with bigger hands or even average size hands, this might be a con over time. It might start to hurt your hands. Another con is the difficulty to connect. I felt like this device was hard for me to connect. I mean, once it connected the first time, it was pretty easy after that, but it was relatively difficult to connect the first time. And another con I would have to say is that the manual and all the paperwork in this came in Japanese, not English, and the manual online is also only in Japanese, so this one was a little difficult to figure out because of the language barrier. I also want to mention that this one has a 2-hour charge time, meaning it takes 2 hours to get a full charge, but once you do have that full charge, then it is playable for up to 8 hours, which is good. It is compatible with the Switch Lite, and PC gaming. I put little pink paw grips on mine. The Joycons, the thumbsticks are white on this device, but I put pink paw Joycons on mine and they fit very nicely. The next controller that I want to share is the Ine wireless cat controller. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It is spelled I-I-N-E, and this one I purchased on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon today, and it costs $29.50. I did add my own little grips to this one. The thumbsticks are this gray color. The charge time on this one is about 3 hours to receive a full charge, and a full charge will get you about 8 hours of gameplay. This controller is compatible with the Switch and the Switch Lite. I do not believe it is compatible with PC, Android, or iOS. A pro to this controller is the size. It's small, but not as small as this mini Gyro. I would say this is like the perfect size for my hands personally. It's a very comfortable play for an extended amount of time. Another pro to this controller I would say is that it supports auto fire and turbo functionality, and it also features adjustable vibration, meaning that it has that rumble that a lot of people love from the Switch controller, and you can adjust the rumble as well to be a little harder or softer. This controller was also very easy to connect, and it's usually easy to connect this one to any of my devices, so I find that to be another pro. Cons to this one is that it doesn't wake up your Switch, so if you're playing this like in bed or a couch and you want to play Switch, you would have to get up and turn the Switch on. You wouldn't be able to turn it on with this controller, though I will say the Switch Pro so far has been like the only controller I know that really does that. And then the biggest pro to this controller I would say is that it looks like like a kitty. Like these little ears look like kitten ears, and once you put the paws on there, it really gives that cute kitten effect. And if you are someone that doesn't like too much pink, it does offer that little bit of pink, little pops here and there, but it's not overwhelmingly pink like maybe this mini gyro controller would be. So next pink controller that I would like to share is this Fun Lab Switch controller, and I'll try to put some listing information up for you guys. This one I purchased on Amazon and it was $35. It is available on Amazon Prime, which makes it really easy to get. I love this little like paw print on it. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love all of the different shades of pink, and I did pair mine with these pink Sakura thumbstick grips from Geekshare. I'll link those below for you guys, but the whole thumbstick is this really pretty pink color. So like I said, this one was $35 on Amazon. It is compatible with the Switch and the Switch Lite. It is also compatible with PC, Android, but it is not compatible with iOS, meaning you can't use it on your MacBook or like your iPad or your iPhone. A pro to this controller I would say is that it comes with grips. Don't have on the grips that it came with, but I believe this is one of the pairs, and then like a white and pink pair too. So it did come with 2 pairs of grips, which I thought was really cool. It also supports gyro and turbo functions, and it also has vibration adjustment. And I would say the size is one of the biggest pros to it. The size is more similar to the Pro controller, but it's not quite as heavy. It is heavier than those two. It's like a pretty light controller, but it feels like durable and heavy like the Pro, and it's a similar size. So I feel like this would fit most people's hands, and it fits quite comfortably. The stops are kind of low, which is good for shooting and stuff. It's not, they aren't too high, which I really appreciate. And overall, I think this is just a really beautiful controller, easy to connect, easy to use. It has a good charge life. It takes 2 to 3 hours for a full charge, and once it's fully charged, you have 8 to 10 hours of game time. So it does take maybe like an hour more to charge than these two, but it will last for up to 2 hours more. So that's good. They are all similar in charge time. Like I said, these are 2-hour charge time for 8-hour play. This is 2 to 3 charge time for 8 to 10-hour play. Next up is one of my all-time favorite controllers, which is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Mine looks a little different from most Nintendo Switch Pro controllers because I customized it, and I've customized it time and time again. If you are new to this channel, you probably wouldn't know, but if you've been here before, you've seen me customize this thing like a million times. So let's get to it. The price point on this one is $70, so it is the most expensive controller here. These are between $20 to $35 at the most, and this one is probably double that. I will give you that, but in my opinion, it's worth it. And you can buy this at most stores like Target, Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop. It is a little harder to find in person now, I've noticed, but you can order it online today if you wanted. This controller is compatible with the Switch Lite, PC, iOS, but it is not compatible with Xbox or iPad. Oh, I think it's also compatible with the PlayStation. So this one has the most compatibility out of all of the controllers that you see here. The charge time on this one is substantially more than these. It takes 6 hours to charge, but the playtime is 40 hours, which is a lot more than any of these controllers. These are max 8, maybe 10 for that controller, but 40 hours is like 4 to 5 times as much playtime that you get out of this controller, which is one of the reasons that I think it really is worth the price point. Pros to this device, one of the main pros is that it does wake your device up. I don't know of any other Switch controller that does that. I'm sure there are some out there, but I don't have any cute pink ones that will wake your device up for you, which I really appreciate about this. So if you get home, you sit on your couch or you sit on your bed and you're thinking, I want to play Nintendo Switch, all you have to do is reach over for your controller and turn it on. It'll turn on your device. You don't need to get up and turn the Switch on or turn the dock on. Another pro is that it's very easy to customize. As you see, I've customized the body, the buttons, like the grips, the thumbsticks, most of this controller a few times, and the parts are easy to find. Lots of companies make them. Also, if you didn't want to take it apart, you can see some of my earlier customizations where I just changed the skin and stuff like that, and skins and cases and accessories for this controller are widely available, so that is another pro. And then the biggest pro I would also say is that it has an NFC reader built right into it, so it will be able to read your amiibo cards and things like that. None of these controllers have that compatibility. As far as con, like, I can't really think of too many cons because, like I said, I just really enjoy this controller. I love it. But the biggest con, I guess, would be the price point, because I know that it's not very affordable for most people, and I know a lot of people want to play double player, play with a loved one, and it's kind of expensive to get 2 of these. So that's the only con that I would mention. And for the last pink Switch controllers, I want to share my pink Nintendo Switch Joycons. These are original Nintendo Switch Joycons that I customized myself. I'm gonna go ahead and take this clear glitter case off so you guys can get a better look at them. Oh, and I forgot to mention quickly that these thumb grips are Geekshare Paw thumb grips that I got on Amazon. I'll link them below for you guys. And all of the items that I used to customize my controller are from Extremery on Amazon. I'll also link that for you. I have the white body with the Sakura pink buttons and Sakura pink grips, and also the pink joysticks. So I will link all of that in the description for you guys. Alright, so now that I have the clear case off, you can see my beautiful pink Joy-Cons. I really love these. Like I said, I customized them myself. I got the Sakura Cherry Blossom pink body with white buttons from Extremery. They look super beautiful together. I'll link that for you guys below, and I'll also link the video where I took these apart and customized them in case you're thinking of doing something like this yourself. I also put pink thumb paw grips on there. So these are the standard Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, except customized, like I said. The standard Joy-Cons cost $80 for the pair. And I'm not sure how much I paid for the shell or the buttons, but I will link that in the description, like I said. So base price $80 plus the shell price. You can buy these at GameStop, Best Buy, Target, most device or gaming stores, and like I said, the shell is on Amazon. These Joy-Cons are compatible with the Switch Lite, PC, Android, and iOS, which means you can use these on your phone or on your tablet. These take 3.5 hours to fully charge, but once they're fully charged, you get about 20 hours of game time, which I really appreciate. It's about half as much as the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, but double time of any of these. So the pros to these, I would say, is that they're very easy to connect to any of your Switch devices and to any device really. And also they're easy to use, like they're just really simple. Super simple, easy, comfortable controllers to use, and also they double as a second controller. So if you wanted to play a game on your own, you can use these, super comfortable. But if you had a friend over or a loved one, you could give them one, you guys can turn them, and then like you now have 2 controllers, which is something that none of these controllers do. They're only a 1 person, but this you can switch into 2 people controller. I would say another big pro of these is how customizable they are. Like I showed you, you can swap out pretty much everything from these. You can even swap out the what do you call these? Thumbsticks, the rails, you can put light up buttons, you can do so much with these. And also I would say another pro is that there are lots and lots of Joy-Con cases and Joy-Con accessories out there from Nintendo and from third parties. These other controllers, it would be difficult to find accessories that match, but the original Joy-Con and Pro controllers, there are tons and tons of accessories out there on the market for these. So that's definitely a pro and why you would want to use these. As far as cons, the only cons I can really think of is that they're kind of small. So for some people they might be uncomfortable in your hand for a long period of time. And then another con is that since it is 2 of them, if you were using them on your couch or your bed and then you fell asleep or got up and did something else, you could possibly lose one, and then you'd only have one left and you'd have to get a new pair. So that's probably the only other con that I can think of. Other than that, I absolutely love my Joycons. So that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys so much. See you in the next one. Kitty and Jerry.